Hi guys, welcome back to Flat Chat. Here's our predictions. I'm Jacob. I'm here with Heggie, Callum and I'm struggling there trying to remember your names. Heggie, Callum and Aaron, ready to give our predictions for game week 13, 12?
God, is it 12?
We're not sure because obviously the amount of games played. Looking at the fact that they've all played 11, I'm going to say it's game week 13 just because there's obviously that weird week.
I think you're right.
Yeah. Hopefully we've got a few more people over from TikTok as we've now hit 10,000 followers and we've seen that the subscribers have started going up, so hopefully continues to grow, continue to get more views here on YouTube. So yeah, starting with the first game of the weekend, Nottingham Forest Liverpool, early kick-off.
Is that 12:30? Yeah.
That's the 12:30. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a game we're going to see Liverpool score a lot of goals in, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
But are Forest going to get a goal?
Potentially, but
I'd say actually with this one, I mean, I think Liverpool are actually kind of lucky they're playing a team that is struggling as much as they are with Forest there, because Liverpool actually were lucky against West Ham.
Yep,
I think West Ham outperformed the XG.
Penalty miss and Milner's ridiculously saved tackle that I don't know how they didn't score.
That was so good.
But it was so poor from Trent, Hendo, Fabinho. They just let them walk through.
It was and Bowen. I've got him in fantasy, and what's he doing?
It was Soucek that missed the.
But he got the assist. Yeah. The assist would have been.
He would have got the assist, and he obviously missed the.
Yeah, and that was negative points.
West Ham played really, really well in the second half against Liverpool in that as well. But obviously, great save from Alisson. That's what he's there. Is what he's there to do. And I agree with Jacob on this one. I think Liverpool are a little bit lucky that they're kind of going up against a struggling team, but I disagree in the sense that I think Forest will score. I don't think they're scoring.
No, I don't think they'll score either. I think it'll be 3-0 to Liverpool.
I will go for 3-0 Liverpool.
There's a shock.
Start as you mean to go on.
I'm not going 3-0. I'm going 2-0.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that West Ham result in your mind and you're thinking they're just not quite scoring as many?
I just think Forest are going to sit so deep this game.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to struggle to break them down. But I think they will get 2.
Well, that's been the big talking point for Forest, is that Cooper's going with what he wants to play football wise in terms of what he did in the Championship, whereas he doesn't realise that he's now in the Premier League and his team's struggling to do what he wants them to do because of the level of players he's up against now. That's a big thing for them, so I don't know if he will sit in.
No.
Yeah,
which is why I'm maybe I don't know what he'll do.
They've not played anyone like Liverpool yet though.
Yeah,
have they not?
Have they went
Spurs,
Man City maybe?
I
don't think they've played City yet.
No, I don't think they have played anyone as good as Liverpool.
They must have some tough games still to come.
There's only Man City that's as good as Liverpool.
Yeah, pretty much.
But I think
Arsenal, come on.
I think that this game will be similar to when I remember last year Liverpool went. Was it Watford? They went to a Saturday morning kickoff and just absolutely pummeled them. I think Salah scored that unbelievable goal. I think it'll be similar against a team that's struggling. I think it'll be 4-0.
Okay.
4-0. I think it'll be, and I think it's going to be a pumping.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Do you want to kick off the next one?
I
Everton
do.
versus Palace.
Everton Palace. Everton have been shocking the last 2 games. Not had a shot on target. Finally back at home. Finally against a team that they can. You'd say they're similar in level maybe. Palace maybe slightly better, but it's a team that it's not Man U or Spurs or a Newcastle side that's been on excellent form. So I'm gonna say we're gonna have a shot on target. I'm going to say it's going to go in the net, and I say we're going to win 1-0.
I was about to say with that first one, is this your prediction or your betting line? Please gamble responsibly.
But we've been dreadful, but Calvert-Lewin's starting to get fitter. Yes, the rest of the team are still pretty poor, but as long as you're solid at the back, you can try and nick it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I was going to say that those are very good points, but I disagree. I think Everton were pretty abject at the game just there and that as well. They were rubbish. Like Newcastle if they actually had finished could have had finishing, they could have had like 2 or 3 or 4, I think. And I think Crystal Palace coming off a very very big comeback win in that as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think they will have the same scoreline. I think it'll be 2-1 to Crystal Palace.
I don't see that many goals in this game. I think that from watching actually Palace play Wolves, Palace were excellent that second half to break down Wolves. But I think that Everton this season have been so hard to break down. Even with Newcastle, only scored a goal against them.
Even with Man U and Spurs, both Man U goals were us losing it and them countering us. Which Man U, even when Man U aren't that great a side, you would always say they're brilliant at countering. So that's all we get caught with. They couldn't actually break us down properly.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think for this one I'm going to give you both a goal. I think I'm being generous there though for both. I think giving you a goal.
Slightly harsh on Palace. I think Palace are a good side.
I know. I think they're a good side. I just think the fact that they're an away team going to Goodison.
I obviously didn't speak about them much there, but Everton, my team, I backed them, but
Yeah.
I actually really like watching.
Oh no,
them.
I think Palace are great to watch. I think they'll just struggle to win this game. I think they
Aye,
won ones I'm going to go for.
Yeah,
Also think it's going to be a draw, but I'm going 0-0.
See,
because you
is
can't
that-
really see where an Everton goal's
Yeah,
coming
that's
from,
that.
can you?
I don't see where an Everton goal's coming from,
Yeah.
and I just don't see them getting broke down either. Like
Nah.
Goodison, you have a great home record.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's just, and I think it's going to be a draw.
Yeah. No, I was it was between that and 1-1 for me.
Fair enough,
I just
fair.
it's whether or not I see Palace scoring or not. Not Everton. Everton just got the goal because I wanted a draw.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right, Man City Brighton. For this one, I think we would all be silly to say anything other than a Man City win,
Yeah.
coming off a defeat at Anfield.
Yeah.
But I don't think it will be a scudding like it
No.
usually is. I'm going to go 2-0 in this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we
That's what it was.
doing the Haaland sweepstakes as to how many he's going to
He's
get?
going to get one.
He's going to get one.
Aye, there's no way he goes another game without scoring.
He's getting one, and I'm also going 2-0 as well. Hey, I wouldn't go any more than 3.
Yeah.
Brighton are still a good side, even with Potter going, they're still
Yeah.
decent enough.
I'm going to say bit less friendly to Brighton. I'm going to say 3-0. I think it'll be fairly bog standard. I don't think it'll be like a proper like scudding. But I think
Yeah,
it'll,
because like Man City, a
Mm.
scum for
But-
them is like if Man City win
6,
3-0, you're not
yeah.
thinking, oh, they've pumped them. Haven't
Yeah, I mean,
if you're leaving the Etihad with a 3-0 defeat, you're like, yes, boys.
yeah.
let's
The thing is,
they? That's not the games that Brighton need to win to get where they
Yeah.
want to get.
go." Yeah.
but the thing is with Brighton, and obviously it's not saying much here because we are all going for them not to score.
Yeah.
But they have not scored in the last 3 games, and they've created something like 4.5 XG
Yeah.
from that. That's ridiculous. You're now playing Man City. Maybe do they counter them, and maybe they get a goal.
They can try, but
They can try,
It's Man
but
City.
it's
Yeah.
City's quality
Yeah.
is eventually going to tell.
I
think.
actually quite like what Aaron's going for. I'm going for a 3-0.
Okay.
I think City
There's a
are just
shock.
that good.
Imagine copying Aaron. One now.
He knows.
Yeah.
He showed it tonight in some of those. If you watched on TikTok, some of Aaron's shouts on career paths,
Aye.
flying.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Very good.
Hey,
Chelsea versus Man
big
United next. The big game of the weekend.
Game that snuck up on me. I didn't realise.
Yeah.
I was going to say Chelsea coming off a frustrating game at Brentford.
Yeah.
Obviously, fair play to Brentford for the performance they put in. See, for large parts of that game, Brentford were the better team. Like, they were pushing Chelsea. And if it wasn't for the fact that Kepa is in fantastic form, they're now, like,
Mental
Chelsea.
to hear that, isn't it?
I know.
Yeah, he's
I know,
he's
exactly.
right,
Like, it's
He had
crazy.
an absolutely ridiculous game last
it was
week.
the save.
Aye,
Just
the-
that one save.
the
was
triple save
ridiculous.
he
Oh, the triple
developed.
save,
Yeah.
yeah.
The first save I feel he should do better with, but the other two after that are just so good.
Which is why, for me, I am going to give this 2-1 to Chelsea, I think. I think it's a bold call, but I think, obviously, if Chelsea can get their attacking form going, and we know how good Kepa has been, I think Kepa will be a big part of this result. I think his form will continue being.
Yeah.
3 clean sheets in a row for him, I think.
He won't get. I was gonna say-
Finally,
Are
proving
you-
his worth.
Yeah. I really like that 2-1 shout. I think Chelsea rested a lot of players midweek.
They did,
For
which
this
I was
game.
annoyed
For this
with
game.
for my fantasy
Yeah.
teams. Thiago Silva got no minutes, yet another clean sheet.
Yeah.
Really annoying.
And there's a lot of unrest at the moment at Manchester United with Ronaldo.
There is, but it's a great result for them on. Was it?
It was a great performance
But-
from them by as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But their home results have been completely contrasting to their away results this season.
Well, yes, but they're now away from home.
Very
I know,
Jekyll and
they've been
Hyde.
very
yeah,
poor
yeah,
away from
yeah.
home. So I'm also going 2-1. I
Yeah.
think Chelsea just sneak it.
Callum, you want to say 2-1? I can.
I
see
do
it.
want to say 2-1, but it's because they've both gone 2-1.
Say it then.
I know, I'm going to go 2-1. Come on now.
Do you
I thought it
think,
was just-
you think that's going to stop them?
2-1, yeah.
I think that you're right. Because you can see Man United scoring, you can see Chelsea winning, but you
Yeah.
can't see Man United getting pumped at Stamford.
No,
No.
not the way Man
Nah.
United are right now. They're looking...
That
like
Martinez
they're
is
getting
getting better and better.
better. Yeah, no, he is. Give him credit.
I
The
love
height,
it.
might not matter after all, because he gave
Yeah.
Varane a
He
good
gets
set up.
slaughtered after like 2 games. It was so hard.
He even
I
has
like that
he even
cut
had
as a butcher.
he even had a few games, like a few games ago. He was struggling for it.
Yeah.
For his height. I think that the ball I was talking about was Kevin De Bruyne's ball into Haaland.
That's
That's
what
what-
because he's too
the
small.
player gets that, and
Yeah.
I'm like, does he though?
No, I think
I
he
just
does.
don't know.
Yeah.
I think
It
he
was
does.
such a good cross.
But he doesn't. I don't think De Bruyne
And you
plays
also
that
reckon De
cross.
Bruyne's like probably is that good that he could just make it a bit
That's what
higher.
I
if he
said
needs
as
to.
well.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Fair. But
But
I
I'm going
think
to
he's
go
a
for
midget, so.
Man United 1, Chelsea 2.
And with a clean.
Callum just went, I just still think he's a midget.
I think somebody's farted as well.
It wasn't me this time.
Definitely wasn't me.
Aaron.
Well, it's just his feet.
On to I mean, as of time of recording,
Bloody hell.
it's Gerrard's Villa, but it could be managerless Villa versus Brentford
Yeah, I think
come Sunday.
for this one, in terms of their results, Brentford will be frustrated, but Villa will be abject because let's be
I've been reading a thesaurus.
Abject.
and I don't see that being any different against Brentford. I think this will be 2-0 Brentford quite easily. I think they're going to want to get a good performance in after being, again, as I said, very unlucky against Chelsea. I think the likes of Tony and that will use this game as sort of like a fuel to start firing again.
Yeah.
So I think Brentford will compound Villa's misery and win 2-0.
See, I
That's
think
wonderful.
I think that Gerrard is still. I did this last time. I think Gerrard is going to still be here though for this game.
Because it's so close
Yes, but I do think that he is gone next
after
week.
this one.
I think he's going to lose 2-1 though to Brentford. A late winner, Ivan Toney. All 6'2" of them.
I think
Oh, 6'2" of them.
he's not much taller than Martinez, the Man United centre half. I am going to go for. These are the sort of games where if you think if Villa win, Gerrard starts a resurgence. If Brentford win, that's it, he's gone, and it never ends up like that. I'm going to go 1-0. It's going to be a draw, and you don't really know where it's going after that. No questions have been answered. It almost gives you more questions.
I was going to say, watch us. After this video, we're probably all going to get a notification that Steven Gerrard has been sacked.
The Villa fans chanting it is never a good sign.
No.
In Premier League clubs, the owners are ruthless nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
I think this is going to be a low scoring game. I think it's going to be 1-0 to Brentford.
Okay.
Villa have only scored 7 goals this season. It's a bit disgustingly bad, isn't it?
Yeah, for the
I
team
think
that
so.
Gerrard's assembled, that's shocking.
Yeah, I just don't see them scoring against this Brentford side. I think they're quite solid defensively. They had one dodgy week, didn't they, with Raya and Pinnock?
Well, they've made up for it the last few weeks though.
Yeah,
for
definitely.
Yeah.
Right, on to Leeds United, who at the time of recording have just lost 2-0 to Leicester, thanks to a Robin Cockle goal. And who was the other one that scored? Was
What
it?
did you just say there?
Robin Cook.
Oh, I thought you said something else there.
No, guys. Who was the other one? Who was the guy that scored for Leicester again?
Barnes?
Barnes, Harvey Barnes.
Oh, it's Harvey Barnes.
Up against Fulham, who obviously
Great result tonight, 3-0.
great result tonight. This is it. Leeds are very Jekyll and Hyde kind of team. Sometimes they're really, really good. Like against Arsenal, I think it was against Arsenal.
It was. They lost though, mate.
They lost, but they still.
I mean,
put in
losing
like
to
a
Arsenal doesn't mean they're...
Fa-
They're the better team.
They were the better team, but they were also the better team against Leicester.
yeah,
And
and
they also lost.
yeah. So I give them a bit more favour that this is at Elland Road.
Yeah.
But I think this is a 1-each game written all over it. I think the two teams are quite... I think it's too much balancing between the two teams, I think.
I think
Yeah.
I think that's fair because I do think the teams are quite evenly matched. I think Leeds are the same level as Fulham. I don't think they're any better than them.
I do.
I don't. And I actually, because of how good Fulham have been, I'd say the teams are level, but Fulham have been on a better run, so I'm going to go 1-0 Fulham.
That's fair. That's fair.
I'm actually gonna back you. You back your boys. I'm gonna give you a 2-1 win. I didn't say 1-1 Heggie.
Right.
I was going to say, if only this man was in charge of the league, then we'd have got
I
2
said
points.
I think I'm gonna say 2-1 to Leeds. I'm gonna give you the win, and a big part of that is Elland Road.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give Mitrovic a goal because I need him to score. For
You
fantasy.
need the fantasy.
Yeah.
Love it.
I think it's going to be even more high scoring than that.
Like it.
But I think it's going to be 2-2.
Ooh.
That's a, yeah.
Do we know
That's
that-
a good
that-
shout.
did we ever
That's
find-
the second
that'd
best
be a
shout there.
tasty
on
game.
mine.
Did we ever find out what the 2 PM kickoff was for?
No.
No? Guess we'll never know.
Well, I mean, I won't be watching this, will I?
Sunday, you might be. Or
No.
you might be or you might be
Ah,
doing something
don't
that
I was going to
could
say,
be coming soon.
Fun fact, guys, we actually have jobs outside of this.
Yes.
On to... I'll let you go,
Tell me
Kel.
about that.
On you
Tell me
go.
about that.
No, it's Cal first.
Yeah.
Oh.
Don't
Southampton,
like
Arsenal.
as if you think like Arsenal aren't winning this.
Well, I was thinking of how many we winning by. This guy. And also thinking, do Southampton make this difficult for us and score?
They've
think
just
they
had a
do.
great win during the week.
Did a good
And
win, a
away as
1-0
well.
win.
Our boy, Jay Adams.
This is a tough place. This is actually quite a tough place for Arsenal to go, Southampton, over the years. But this is a better Arsenal
I
side.
remember that 4-0. always comes to mind. I think because it was Boxing Day, so everyone's watching it.
And it was also in that terrible run for
they were
Southampton. They
dreadful.
didn't win any game and they won 4-0 against Arsenal in the middle. What the hell was that about?
We bought Cuco Martina to Everton for that one goal he scored.
Ridiculous.
Forgetting he was dreadful.
Yeah, ridiculous. Petr Cech was scrambling.
I was outside of the boot.
There
It was
you
like
go.
Pavard-esque.
It was.
But enough about
before
Everton's transfer
Pavard.
policy.
Southampton Arsenal. I'm gonna give us a 3-0 win.
Wow.
I think it's a big win here.
Ooh.
I'm gonna go for it. I think we apparently played very. I didn't get to see it unfortunately, but Arsenal played very well in that 1-0 win. But they had something 25 shots or something like
You
that.
only rested a
Only
few
big
players
teams
as well.
beat
No, we rested a lot of players.
Only
What they do is they play half their team
Yeah.
and then half the other team,
off,
and then they come off for the
Others.
other side. So they all get
Yeah.
half a game.
Only big
It's
teams
good. I
beat
like that.
PSV Eindhoven 1-0 this season.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, no comment.
I'm going to go 2-0 Arsenal.
Yeah, I thought 3-0 was a bit bold.
I thought it was bold.
I'm being very bold here. Sorry.
Yeah.
Jacob?
I'm going 3-1 to Arsenal. I think Che Adams scores again.
I am going to go for nice and simple 2-0 Arsenal.
That's the first time I've given Arsenal the highest score, the best win.
Yeah,
I'm always pessimistic with
I
the
know.
scores,
I think you've actually went too far though. I think 3
But-
was bold.
You've ripped it, mate.
but I've gone for it.
I respect it.
I have to.
Back your boys. If you're going to be, you've what 9 out of 10. You know, keep going.
Yeah.
Relegation battle central here.
Yeah.
Well, Leicester did get a good win though.
They
Yeah.
did.
They did beat this Diddy team from Leeds.
I do think there's going to be a winner in this game.
I mean,
And I think they're going to be wearing blue.
I knew it.
Yeah.
I knew it. I agree.
I think it's going to be 2-1 to Leicester.
2-1 Leicester.
Yeah, they're going to start picking up the points. Madison, is he back? Or is that
Yeah, Madison's back.
Yeah, that's a big thing.
He's brilliant.
Top
You just got to
player.
hope that Wolves don't get any set pieces. As firstly, Leicester are hopeless at defending them. Secondly, now they've obviously got that animal Costa in the box. Might not have the movement and stuff like that, but from set pieces, Ruben Neves or something like that whipping it into him.
Yeah.
Danny Ward flapping at things.
Danny Ward not having.
Definitely will score, and I'm going to back Heggie here. 2-1
but
to
I
the
like
team
it.
blue.
I like it as well.
Of course you do.
I was
Heggie,
going to say,
top
I think it's
knowledge.
I think it's a fantastic shout. But
Are you going 2-1?
I'm going to go 2.
Yeah, I'm going 2-1 as well.
There's no way Danny Ward keeps another clean sheet.
Let's comment on something here. They're both in the relegation zone, but one scored 5 goals and the other scored 17.
Aye, but Wales have defensively been alright. They've only
Yeah,
conceded
one,
14.
yeah, one's defensively great and the other's not.
Yeah.
Well, we would say they're defensively great if they're in the bottom.
Leicester have conceded more than Bournemouth, and Bournemouth conceded 9 in one game. That's how bad
They
Leicester have
conceded
been.
the most in the league.
Yeah. Well, Bournemouth must be second most. Yeah, they
Then
are.
in Forest. Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
level with Forest.
Yeah.
And they conceded 9 in one game.
That is, yeah.
And they're still above Everton.
What was Bournemouth's score this weekend? This
1-0.
midweek?
1-0 loss.
That was their first loss since the 9-0.
Yeah.
That's mental.
That is mental, isn't it?
They're doing
That's,
well.
that's got to be at least 3, 4, 5 games.
Yeah, no, I think it's. Oh, well, it was when we were in London.
Well, there's 5 games there and they've
Yeah.
not got a red cross.
We were in London watching Arsenal. That was about 2 months ago. When they lost 9-0.
It was a 5th game.
Yeah.
4th,
It was
5th.
great watching at the pub, and Egg was desperate for a Salah goal, and he didn't get anything at all.
I think about 3 million other people were desperate for a Salah.
Oh no,
I
I'd
was-
transferred
I
him
was one
out.
of them. I
I'd
was one of
transferred
them.
him out.
Me too.
But yeah, anyway, on to, is this the last game of the Sunday? The big
Yes.
one at 4:30.
And I think it's the.
That's a good game.
It's
It's
not
a
the
ve-
that's not the game of the weekend. You can't
It's
say
not.
that
Man
when,
United,
when
Chelsea.
Chelsea play Man U.
Yeah, yeah,
But
it is.
it's a game of teams that are on the up potentially. I know Spurs haven't been great, but they
They're on the
obviously
down. Conte's gone.
Spurs just lost.
I know, but they've just finished 4th. They're a Champions
Yeah,
League side.
yeah.
Obviously, they're what 4th in the league still. 3rd in the
I
league.
think they're still third. Yeah.
Yeah, they're 3rd
Yeah,
in
the
the
third in
league.
the league.
It's annoying that if they'd won, they would have went 2 points, 1 point behind Arsenal. It would have put pressure on them.
Maybe,
But
yeah.
they bottled it.
But no.
They
They
Spurs
Spurs it, pretty much.
Spurs Newcastle.
Better to Spurs it at this point in the
The
season.
question is,
to
will-
the end of the season like Arsenal did last year.
Yeah.
Question is, will they Spurs it in this game against the high-flying Newcastle side?
I obviously watched the full game of Newcastle Everton there, and Newcastle won, but I was really disappointed with. Not disappointed because obviously I didn't want them to play well, but Newcastle weren't very good.
Well,
Maybe it's because they didn't need to be,
no.
but they're a different team without St Maximin. Without them, they just try and play solid. Kieran Trippier is outstanding. Bruno's brilliant. They've obviously got Callum Wilson, but they just created very little chances. They were just the better side, and Almiron's been on fire ever since Jack Grealish slagged him.
Yeah, fair. It's very fair. What are you going for then, Jay?
I think it'll be. It wouldn't surprise me if Spurs won, but I'm going to go a 1-1 draw.
I should have gone first, just so you could copy me. I was also going for a 1-1.
Yeah.
Aaron?
As much as I want to go for the one each draw and say that they will Spurs it, I think Spurs will just have too much quality for Newcastle. I think it'll be 2-1 Spurs.
Yeah, I was close to that.
I can't see a Newcastle win personally.
No. It's St James's. It's a whole different game.
Yeah, I completely agree with that.
But what have they got a name yet? No, stadium. Still just called the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
Yeah.
The toilet bowl.
It's going to be the Google Arena for £1 billion apparently.
Yeah.
The Google
They're
Arena.
they're selling their soul.
I mean,
I would sell my soul for £1 billion.
What would you,
I mean, for a
what would you
billion
rename
quid.
the flat chat for £1 billion?
They could call it literally anything.
That's fair. I mean, I'm with
Company
you on that.
sponsor us and then we...
I'm going to contradict you all. I think Newcastle win here.
Wow.
I think it's going to be 1-0.
I just don't think they were that good.
Does Conte walk or does he keep moaning?
They just keep
I
scoring.
think
Are we going to talk
more.
about Spurs and what happened the other night?
I mean,
We've got to mention it because
they lost against Manchester United.
Man United were just a better team.
Man
They
United
were.
put in probably
Man
one of the
United
best performances of the season so far, I think.
Man United looked
from
better
front
without
to
Ronaldo.
back.
I think the big thing is that but Spurs let them do what they did as well. Man United were excellent. I think you're right. This was the best performance that I've seen. That's the most complete performance that I've seen from Man United. They controlled the game. They didn't need to just counter attack. They actually were very, very good. I think the big problem they've had has been breaking teams down, but they managed to do that twice. So fair play to them. I think a big thing with Spurs, a big thing we got to talk about is Conte and what's going on here. You saw this a few weeks ago at Arsenal where he waved the white flag and gave up. That felt like what he was doing. That's what he kind of looked like he was doing.
They started a
he's
5-3-2.
He did that, but he also was waving the white flag. He didn't make a sub at 1-0. And then it went to 2-0 and you're thinking, why is he not changing something to try and win this game? You're looking at his bench thinking, he can change his shape at least. Maybe he didn't have the stars that you need on the bench.
Bring Lucas on, take a midfielder
Yeah,
off.
precisely. And he didn't do that. He didn't do it at 2-0 and then he took ages and then he made some changes.
He's
But
trying to be defensively solid and hope to nick it with the
Yeah.
skill level of
Yeah.
Kane and Son.
Yeah.
They're not an exciting team to watch, and when Kane and Son are slightly off it, you just see
You
it.
notice how bad.
Yeah.
But Now, I've heard a lot of people say that this is what he did with Chelsea. It was almost like he
But he
didn't.
had them brilliant.
He didn't. No, I know, but it was at the end of it.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
a game. I was hearing it was a game at the Etihad, and they went and lost 1-0. But it was almost like he wasn't making changes. He didn't want to win the game,
Yeah.
as if he was almost making a point to the owners that I can't win with this. This is not my fault. I can't win with this. The crop of players I've got.
That is bold.
But
That's a
no,
bold
that's
call.
that's a big thing. They talked about it then, and people are talking about it now. That's an issue that Conte's got.
I feel there's no way he doesn't. He must make the decisions to always try and win the game. Sure.
Yeah,
I think-
sure.
I
think
As a
he did
football
against
manager,
Arsenal.
You've got
Sorry, I don't think he does. I don't think he does. He didn't do it at Arsenal.
I mean, against
He didn't.
Arsenal though, he had a red card.
He
But
did-
the game
What
was
was
over.
What was his
at that
excuse?
point.
What was his excuse yesterday? Every single person watching that game was going, "Why has he not changed something?"
Yeah, I know,
he
I
didn't.
know.
They weren't even in the game.
Massive game in 3-4 days, thinking we've lost. May as well
Terrible.
win that.
I think it's.
I think he's got a defeatist attitude.
Yeah,
but,
that's what it is.
But I don't think he's deliberately chucking games. To
I don't
say,
know. I don't think he is. I think he's just. It's more just. He's
He's trying to prove a
stropping.
point. He's
I
trying
think he is trying to prove a point. He's not trying to say I'm going to lose the game. He just doesn't want to change things to. It's almost to make a change and embarrass himself. He just wants to kind of just go with what it is. Doesn't really matter as much. I don't think he really cares.
Fair
I don't
enough.
think he cares that much. He didn't really care at Inter at the end either. He didn't really care at Chelsea
No,
at the end.
Inter just seems really weird the way that.
Yeah, it was very strange.
Yeah, the way that all ended.
He just, I think he's just got that defeatist attitude, as Higgy said.
Yeah.
But of course, you can't doubt that he's just been incredible as well, but at the best of times.
He's been incredible for this season
Yeah.
a couple of times.
He's like Jose Mourinho, but
Not.
No,
not to the
Jose
same
Mourinho.
extent.
Yeah.
It's
And
like,
also,
it doesn't last as long.
Another thing we're going to ask maybe is what's the difference between between Jose Mourinho at Spurs and Conte at Spurs?
Well, he's third
Conte's
in the league.
Conte's a bit more
But,
like.
but at this point in the season, Mourinho was first
Yeah, we need to. I mean,
with the same sort of football that
yeah,
was boring.
but Conte got into fourth. You've just got to see where it ends.
Yeah,
With managers like this, you kind
right.
of just
I
need
think
to
you're
see
right
where
there.
it ends.
Yeah.
Because if Spurs finished, they're third right now, and you wouldn't completely bet against them finishing third.
Yeah, of course I want to see it go wrong. I'm not gonna lie, but I do have a feeling that this is going south.
Way down.
It's not going. I don't think it's going to go back and they go back up in any way.
On to the final game.
Aye.
The Monday night.
That was some ramble about Spurs there.
Because it's
From the
fun.
Arsenal fan.
I've got to. Come on, we're obsessed.
Yeah.
You need to kick them while they're down.
We've
Yeah.
got exactly because everyone's going to big them up when they're good. So
They do, because they've not won anything in so long.
precisely, that's how it is.
Right, West Ham Bournemouth. I'll kick us off. I don't see anything other than a West Ham win here.
Yeah.
I was quite
Yeah.
impressed with how they played against Liverpool.
Yeah.
They just didn't finish their chances. I think this won't be comfortable. I think Bournemouth have also been playing decent stuff. I'm going 2-1.
Okay. I do agree with everything you said there.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to give Bournemouth a goal. I'm going to go for a 2-0.
Oh.
Double from Bowen.
Hey,
Jacob?
I like what you say in terms of it's going to be close, but I don't like that Callum thinks they're scoring 2. I'm going to go 1-0 to West Ham. West Ham.
absolutely. Well, not quite as massive as they once were in that as well, but of substantial size.
They never were.
But I am going to go for 2-0. I think 2-0 is probably the best shout for this one. They played very impressively, as you said, against Liverpool. If it wasn't for the fact that Alisson pulled off a decent penalty save in the circumstances, because it wasn't exactly like a badly hit penalty.
terrible.
It was a
It wasn't terrible.
It was
playing.
terrible.
I literally said in here, I know where he's going.
He knows what he did.
Yeah.
He did, and I was
It was
sitting
a
there
bit-
punching the couch because I couldn't believe he'd missed. And it was like, how many points negative? How many negative points is it?
How many was it?
I don't know. It was -2 when I looked or something like that, or it was -1 because he got 30-minute points.
But yeah.
whatever it was.
60 points.
2-0. Not comfortable for West Ham, but should be fairly.
Get a win.
They should get a
Yeah.
win. Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Sorted.
Fair.
Well, it wraps up.
Yeah. Well, that's been our Premier League predictions, where we've hoped for a really exciting weekend of football. Arsenal to get a 10th win of the season
Hopefully.
after 11 games. When's that ever happened before? But if you want to check us out on TikTok, do so. We've now got, was it 10.2 thousand, we think?
Yeah, we hit 10,000 today on the day of recording. So on behalf of all of us and that as well, we just want to say thank you, because it's been absolutely fantastic, the level of support, and hopefully we can keep it going.
Yeah, definitely. So if you like this video, please comment down below your predictions, and don't forget to subscribe.
Take it easy.